What is going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Chi-Town Smark, and I got a little bit of something that I want to get off my chest. Follow me on social media if you have not already. Links are right here on my extremely expensive and luxurious desk. I know you guys love it. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment to this because the YouTube algorithm would love to see it, and so would I. Let's get into what I want to get off of my chest today. AEW All Out is in the books. Fantastic show, per usual, when AEW puts on a pay-per-view. I was live in attendance. Your boy was in a VIP suite, enjoying myself in the lap of luxury, enjoying the festivities, enjoying the hard work that those men and women gave us when they put on this fantastic pay-per-view. I could not have been any more entertained. But apparently, after I got home, after I got settled, went to sleep, woke up in the morning, it turns out that the Twitter trolls and the Super Karens and the Gen Zers, I don't know who the hell they are anymore, but they were all up in arms. Is it because they are such huge AEW fans and they thought the show should have gotten more recognition than it gotten? No. You might find this shocking, but people found something to complain about in AEW. Again. This time, and it wasn't the first time, this time they're too violent. It's too violent. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. Swerve had a syringe in his mouth. Bryan Danielson was smothered with a plastic bag by Jon Moxley. Chris Statlander went out there and did a spot on Thumbtacks. I can't believe women would do such a thing. You know, it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me as far as how many people keep telling me and people keep saying and people keep mentioning how AEW is dead. Nobody cares about AEW. No one's watching, you know? It doesn't mean anything. But the second that something happens on an AEW program, it seems to me that the Super Karens are they're just out in force. They're out in cancel culture is just out there thriving off every little thing that AEW does. I don't understand it. Do you care or not care? Because here's something I want to explain. The difference in caring and the difference in not watching. Because if you don't care, why are you watching? Something has to be inaccurate here. If you care, then you're watching. If you're watching, then you're a fan? Or are you hate watching? Are you watching to find something to complain about? Are you an AEW fan? Or are you a WWE shill and you finally saw something that in 2024 just ruffles your skirt? Is that what it is? Because I'm a little confused. These events that I just spoke of earlier, these events happened on pay-per-view, okay? And that's important here. That's important to make sure that that's front and center. these events happened on pay-per-view. So if you are an AEW fan, then chances are you paid $50 to watch what happened on this pay-per-view, and you were thoroughly entertained. Now, there is also a number of people who are apparently were there to pay $50 to watch what happened, to look for content and material to complain about, because you're literally hate watching the product. First and foremost, I want to say this. If you paid money to hate watch the product, great. Keep it going. Because if you bought it, you bought it. This reminds me of when a church pastor bought a bunch of gangster rap CDs back in the 90s and then made a whole big public display about how he was smashing them and destroying them because the music was detrimental to the children. And I think it was Snoop that said it first and foremost. First off, you bought my CD. Once you buy it, I really don't care what you do with it. Thank you for the purchase. And that's kind of where I'm going here. If you bought the pay-per-view just to look for things to complain about, thank you. And we hope to see you next month. Second of all, this is a wrestling show, okay? Wrestling shows inherently come with violence. It's sad that you have to point that out in 2024, but apparently we do. Now, apparently the things that happened on this show were not the cup of tea for everyone, which is fine. I'm sure there was a large group of people that said, I didn't enjoy this. I didn't like these spots, so I probably won't be watching another AEW pay-per-view again. And to them, I say, absolutely fine and understandable. I respect that. It's understandable, and I wouldn't blame you, okay? I don't think anyone should watch anything that does not appeal to them. My focus is the people who watched it, didn't like it, and didn't want to use it as a platform to try to get AEW canceled. I think it's flat out ridiculous. If you don't like it, great, fine. But to try to take this and use it as your platform to run with this agenda of it's not fit for television or whatever your complaint is, I just think you're a piece of crap. I'm sorry. Because the fact of the matter is you don't have to watch. The people who are enjoying it are watching it. And your goal is to stop it from happening anymore. Meaning you don't want these people that enjoyed it to enjoy themselves anymore. How about you just go do what you want to do? How about you go watch the wrestling that you enjoy? Okay? Let's start with that. I also don't understand the hypocrisy going on around here, because most, if not all of these people who want to complain about what happened at All Out, most of them are AEW haters. They're WWE shills, flat out. And they look for things like this. I promise you, the people who are most vocal didn't even watch the show. I'm pretty sure. And if they did watch the show, I'm also pretty confident that they're not up to speed on why these things happen on the pay-per-view, because they don't watch the weekly product. It's just something that I don't get. I don't understand why when you yourself don't like something, you must go on this campaign to completely try to have it eliminated from existence because you don't enjoy it. You don't enjoy it. I'm sorry, I guess stop watching? Now, one could say that about what I do here. Well, you didn't like this, why do you watch it? Well, I cover it through the good and the bad and the ugly. When it's great, I'm right here telling you it was great. When I didn't like it or I thought that it just didn't work, then I will be right here saying the same thing. But at the end of the day, I'll be right here again. When the show does great, these haters, are you out there making these same videos to say, I like this about AEW? I think they did awesome with this. I enjoyed this. Or do you sit and wait for something that you didn't like to try to take it and run with it as your smoking gun as to why AEW should no longer be in existence? Because that's just demented to me. It makes no sense. Have you ever seen GCW? Have you ever seen ECW? The things that you saw on All Out are tears in a bucket of the things that we got in pro wrestling with those two companies alone. People want to complain. Oh, well, those companies aren't on TV. Guess what? All Out was not on TV. It was a pay-per-view. It was a pay-per-view. And there are too many people who are just living their pure existence is to try to kill AEW. Why? I genuinely don't know. To me, there's only one group that should be out there trying to kill AEW, and that's WWE. WWE does not like AEW because AEW makes WWE's job harder. It forces WWE to stay on top of things as far as creativity. It forces WWE to be competitive with wages. I know you all heard about WWE complaining about how Tony Khan is paying his talent too much money, making it harder for WWE to do their negotiations. That seriously sounds A, petty, and B, like a personal problem to me. But that's here nor there. I understand why WWE wants to cancel AEW. I'm not quite sure why these Karens are going around and they want to cancel AEW. AEW makes your favorite wrestling show better. AEW makes your favorite wrestler more secure financially. Do you not care about those things? And it's a bit hypocritical when you support WWE and everything they do, but I want to show you guys something real quick. This is an image of an influencer, content creator. They are mimicking what they've seen on television. I know you guys are all familiar with the UFC owned and backed show Power Slap. All right. This is an image of a man slapping a female as hard as he can with what seems to be shaving cream or whipped cream. I don't know. But I'm not going to play the video because I don't want to get a copyright strike or violate the terms and services of the YouTube agreement and things like that. But the point is, UFC is owned and operated by the same company that operates WWE TKO Holdings. All right? Now, don't get me wrong. I am sure, and I know that Power Slap has gotten its fair share of naysayers and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, less people care about that than they care about what happens inside of a WWE ring. And Power Slap happens on national television. All right? Run by a guy who is notorious for beating women. But your concern is that a fictional story is taking place in a wrestling match. What do you people not understand? There's a difference between real life and fiction. There's a difference between being able to get into your Ferrari, go 200 miles per hour and jump between buildings. Because when that happened in Fast and Furious, it was entertainment. But when things happen on a pro wrestling entertainment show, when things happen there that are not meant to happen in real life, for some reason you get bent out of shape. Are these people unable to distinguish real life from fiction? Are these people unable to distinguish the things that you should or should not do in real life? Do you just feel that everyone needs to like everything that you like? I don't understand the problem in these people putting on a performance that they agreed to, that they were trained for, all right? That they've practiced, rehearsed, used gimmick products and everything like that to ensure the safety as much as they could for the performers. The performers agree to it. The fans like it, but you don't. So it's a problem. That is the part I don't understand. Do me a favor, everyone that's watching right now, in the comment section, tell me something that has happened in WWE at any time, not just current day, way back in the day. All right. How about Katie Vick? I can just let Katie Vick just simmer in your brain for a minute. If you are not familiar with what the Katie Vick situation is in WWE, go look it up. But my point is, at the time when that came out, it was considered edgy. It was considered raunchy. Yes, it had its naysayers and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, WWE wasn't afraid to do it. And they did this on national television. You have to go out and you have to do things that will attract your viewers. You want to please your fans. What you don't want to do is drive away your fans. Now, driving away a naysayer is the difference between driving away a fan. Okay? If you're a legitimate fan and what you saw on Saturday night made you unfollow AEW, basically, then I'm genuinely sorry to hear that. All right? Really. Because I get what you're saying, and as long as you have given him the fair shot and you actually enjoyed the show for what it was worth until this moment, and then you don't want to watch anymore, I understand. I'm focused on the people who just hate watch. I'm focused on the people who are only going to watch just to look for something to complain about, to drive clicks and likes, and boom, I found it. And they take that and run with it. Let me know, because I can think of quite a few things. How about everything Vince McMahon? Bark Like a Dog, Trish. Kiss My Ass Club. The Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club aired on a semi-weekly basis. With everyone that Vince had heat with in the back, he would trot them out to the ring and literally make them publicly kiss his ass. Did it way more than once and way more than this should have been done. Didn't drive me away. I thought it was funny and entertaining at the time. You know, I mean, I get it. The only reason it wouldn't be entertaining to me now because I know what kind of a sick freak Vince is and why he does these things. And it wasn't just for the simple, pure fact of entertainment. It's because he had a vendetta against some people at times. This is not right. Trish Stratus is still trying to defend what she had to do for Vince McMahon on national television. Her children can see that now. You know? But your concern is what AEW does behind a pay-per-view wall. Guys, come on, man. Give me a break. Relax. Chill out. Enjoy the show. Or don't. But that doesn't mean it's time to try to make sure that no one else enjoys it just because you don't enjoy it. That is my problem, and that is what I had to get off of my chest. I want to thank you guys so much for taking this time to sit, chill, and hang out and listen to me vent for a minute. I think things like this, I just don't understand them. I really don't. And hopefully as a community, we can do better going forward. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Chi-Town Smart, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.